Good afternoon to you all. DRBMiller here. How is everybody doing today? Fortunately, after about 3 or 4 days of heavy rain, there has been a bit of respite. So we are blessed to have a bit of sunshine, some fresh air, and fortunately we did not get any flooding, although some warnings were coming our way during the weekend. So I am relieved and indeed very glad to be here with you all, hoping that you're all healthy, safe and well, indeed abiding by the social distancing rules and playing your favorite games here on Twitch or indeed Xbox, PlayStation or PC. I should say perhaps watching your favorite streamers on Twitch. And as you know, we've gone back to Destiny 2 that is. During the last couple of weeks, Destiny had arrived to Xbox Game Pass, so we've been privileged to access all the content and have a lot of fun with our community members. We'll carry on with this and we all look forward to Beyond Light that is coming out on the 10th of November. We've heard that Bungie are preparing lots of surprises for us, and we are likely to be getting some of those before the new expansion release in November, and I'm quite curious to see what these surprises are going to be. We've heard from Bungie last week that there are going to be some interesting inclusions in the new season of Lost, I think it is, isn't it? Which is starting tomorrow, 6 o'clock PM UK time, 7 o'clock PM Central European time, and make sure that you log in early and crack on with some of these activities. There will be 2, I think, pinnacle weapons that we'll get right at the end of those lengthy grinds. Definitely worth grinding for them. And as you know, on the 10th of November, half of the content and I think 4 planets together with everything there will disappear. So if you have any leftovers on the quests, make sure that you're grinding them before that date, because we are not sure what Bungie will do with all the content. I think it will be temporarily removed from the servers, but we will have to be getting access to those at a later date, not sure in what shape or form. And in addition to this, we have the Iron Banner running at the moment, so if you are one of the guys who is 1070, 1080 power level in here, definitely step in and crack on with some PvP. We did a bit of that the other day in view of some of the mods that were recommended to us by our community members, but as you could see, I'm grossly underleveled, underpowered, and therefore I'm not really in position to be tackling some of the guys. My weapons are completely ineffective, and therefore we'll have to give it a miss. And I'm not really bothered. I've done the Iron Banner many times during the last couple of years, and we had a lot of fun. And as you know, at one time we were just hammering PvP here with our community, so we had several people who were here with us almost every single day, and therefore we don't have to really persevere. We can always have a match or two to warm up, but presently our favorite activity in order to warm up is the altars of sorrow. All of them are on the moon, and as you know, we have 6 tiers to get through in order to pursue the final loot. So depending on the timing and your membership, the community membership, or the number of people who are doing it together with you, you are able to get to that final level. Yesterday we actually had to be grinding it a few times because our teammates, they reached like level 5, I think 2 or 3 times in the afternoon, but then they bailed and they failed to eliminate the boss, and it was a bit strange and somewhat disappointing. But a lot of people are doing the altars in order to complete some of the quests and bounties. All of those are Shadowkeep related, so frequently when people complete a bounty, complete a quest, they'll disappear, and that isn't really very sporty, not really fair on the team trying to get to the tier 6. Nevertheless, we had a lot of fun, and yesterday most of our gaming session was dedicated to the altars. So today perhaps we'll abbreviate a bit on that front and we'll do some of the other tasks. We did get a new task from Eris after completing that very lengthy quest, and I think we'll just have to find out what the task is going to be. Let me think. Other news. Well, I've heard, for instance, from Respawn today that crossplay on Apex Legends is going to be kicking off tomorrow, so it's likely to be around 6 o'clock PM as well, and there will be no cross save I don't know what the reason for that is. They said they will never allow cross-save for Apex Legends. They will allow cross-play but not cross-save. Must be to do with the way the Apex has been sold to different platforms, the way it's played. I find it really mind-boggling. I played Apex Legends very extensively last year after the game was launched on PlayStation, and I reached really very high levels very quickly. We've had lengthy sessions of PvP on my channel, and I find it really bizarre that I can't be importing my scores and my results and the leveling from PlayStation to Xbox, because presently most of our streams are from Xbox. I mean, it's easy for you. At the end of the day, we can always swing to PlayStation, not a big deal, but I just find it really strange. On the other hand, there are going to be well, the new season also starts tomorrow, so that's all blending in together, and we are getting some really funny looking characters, Killing Joke being one of them, and I really look forward to that. I can see that our friend here, Neo, is saying hello, and I said hello on the chat as well. Well, thank you for joining our community, and thank you for being here with us today. Really appreciate it. I wanted to say that for Apex, I find Apex to be a very enjoyable PvP game. Initially, it kind of combined the elements of PUBG and Borderline. PUBG, in terms of its kind of in-game mechanics, it's a three-piece, chasing the other guys to finish it off, within the last 2 or 3 teams, doing the usual battle royale. Borderline, in terms of the environment, it just looked a bit like the guys from that distant, very popular world, the Mad Max looking type of world, and you've had a very quirky elements. The characters were really entertaining and funny, that looked like walkaways from graphic novels, and there were lots of bits and pieces which you could insert in there, like memes and kind of dialogues that were absolutely hilarious, as well as some special powers. I really have to say I really liked the game, although it really underperformed on the technical level. In the first couple of months there were many glitches and many problems and lags and all sorts, but that's been resolved as they carried on, and 2 years later, 2.5 years later, I think. I don't know, is it 2 years? Let me just work it out. What is it now? 2018. I'm losing track of time. A little while later, at least 18 months later, we are having a game that is fairly complete and very popular, with interesting content and some enhancements. So anybody who's played it will know that as you keep grinding different tasks, you're getting lots of in-game currency, and then you can purchase those new characters. Every new character will have some special powers, and I think it was quite good that in Apex they didn't resort to an abundance or a very large volume of new characters compared to Fortnite, because in fact you have to master some of the special abilities. You might resort to one character, probably about 3 characters amongst all that you will play, because as you are selecting randoms, or sometimes even playing in a team, you may be outflanked by the game selecting your favorite character to be given to somebody else. So it's always a very good idea to simply learn how to use at least other 2. So having a 3-piece will always be of assistance. Even if you're outflanked on the 2 characters, the 3rd one will be waiting there for you. Look forward to that. We probably will throw in some Apex this week just to kind of brighten up a bit, and I really want to come back to it. I've not had any matches for quite a few months, and we built a very good community of gamers in there as well, because obviously if you are a PvP player, you will have always some regulars popping in wanting you to be on the team, and Apex definitely was the tops for quite a few months and still remains to be very popular. We are all anticipating the release of new Xbox console on the 10th of November. It is going to be blending in with the release of Beyond Light, so I'm really wondering what other surprises both Microsoft and Bungie are going to have in stock for us. I certainly anticipate a few. There may be some special editions, with statuettes or special edition Xbox consoles, so just watch this space for more news as soon as I get them from the developer. And otherwise the weekend was fairly quiet. We had on Xbox 3 days, free play, 3 games that actually are very interesting, and definitely the games I enjoyed playing on Xbox Game Pass. There was a Yakuza trilogy. So if you're familiar, Yakuza is an RPG with fighting elements and some puzzlers, and you really have to fight your way through various ranks of local mafia. and get certain rewards, progress forward in the story. A very, very popular series, I have to say. Beautiful graphics and a lot of exciting activity. So I've not played them this weekend. The reason was simple, I played it before, but anybody else who was a subscriber to the Ultimate was certainly going to be able to enjoy them in full. They're fairly lengthy, so you would not be able to finish all 3 of them in 2 days, 3 days, but you know, 3 days are basically like a taster. You can have a really good go at some of the games and find out for yourself what the activity is like. Every single weekend, unless we are talking the games already on, I always look at all of those on offer, and sometimes there are really, you know, really top surprises. Bomber Crew was offered last week, and I have to say I was very excited about all I've seen. It looked a bit like a Lego game, but incredibly well developed, with so many different things to learn, and highly customizable, as well as with lots of skills that had to be mastered. A very difficult game as well, although if you looked at the graphics you think, oh, it's just like, you know, the odd kind of game for children, but in the actual fact, this was a very, very complex game that required strategy and skill and all sorts of learning, so I quite liked it and highly recommend it to everyone. And then, what was the other one? Vermintide 2 I played, and I really liked it. I thought a very, very good way of getting into that environment, and non-linear gameplay, fantastic graphics. It seemed a bit relentless, a bit pacey on the visual side for me. You know, with some of the games where you are doing it from a kind of first-person POV, then you can get a bit of kind of seasickness if the motion is extremely fast, and I couldn't really adjust sensitivity as much on. Well, I mean, I didn't really spend too much time on it, but it you know, it seemed like a really good game, and it reminded me a bit of another PvP PvE combination. Well, what am I saying? It reminded me of Hunt Showdown, a game that gives you both environments, you know, the PvP and PvE combined, and it seemed like similar in that respect, although you had a different type of environment to deal with. But I really like the graphics, like the enemies, and it just seemed like a really, really good game. So remember that Vermintide 2 is definitely something you may want to entertain. And that's about it on the news front. I've not had anything else coming in. There's been some speculation about Sony console lagging behind compared to Xbox, and I think lots of our friends perhaps are quite excited about the new titles coming out on Xbox being seen as exclusives, but regrettably all the other niceties that Xbox is offering, PlayStation does not have, and the biggest problem for them will be the release of the new console, which is not fully backward compatible. On Xbox you'll have access to every single game that's ever been released on Xbox, and you know, for anyone who's been with the console for 20 odd years, 17, 18 odd years, you are going to have no need to be repurchasing the old games. You'll simply stick the disc in, download the update, and that's going to be it. Whilst PlayStation will require for you to purchase the old games, and that's utterly ridiculous. And then secondly, they also do not have the system solely integrated for the community membership. You know, like on Xbox you got your apps for Game Pass and the Xbox community overall, and it's so easy to use, and you can make so many new friends there, and most important, you can be using your own Android or iOS device as a remote through which you can be remotely installing, selecting, collecting, connecting, and you know, it just seems to be a lot more advanced. And therefore I really hope that PlayStation will get out together and do something similar, because let's not forget, PlayStation has been around for a lot longer and does have a very, very dedicated fan base. People are playing PlayStation games, particularly because the console has had no major regional restrictions compared to Microsoft services, and that is something that Microsoft will have to change. That is a very serious kind of thumbs down points, where you have people in some parts of Europe and Southeast Asia where Microsoft services are not available, so they can't be using the usual updates and everything else, and Xbox Live is somewhat restricted. It doesn't provide the same sort of support, and I think with the new console that will have to change. So right, so I think that's all about the news. I'm trying to think whether there's anything else. now actually. There was very little coming in my way over the weekend. I watched all the trailers on Xbox channel, and we have loads of games coming out after the 10th of November. I'm particularly excited about Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and it is my understanding that the game is going to be available on Xbox Game Pass, so that's fantastic. And the other bit of news that I keep saying to everyone is EA Play, the EA games, are going to be joining the Game Pass on the 10th of November as well, so we'll have many more titles, 70 plus titles coming from Electronic Arts, many of them absolutely phenomenal, like Mass Effect Trilogy or Dragon Age, just to name a few, Battlefield, Anthem, all the other games, and all of them will be included on a flat subscription fee. And for me, that's particularly good. I'm going to be waiving my own £4 subscription to the service, and we'll be getting everything as part and parcel of one pack. So very, very happy about this. Saving £4 may not look really very significant on a kind of 1 month off basis, but if you consider that is going to be £48, maybe £50 a year, and for that amount you can be investing elsewhere. You can be purchasing some really good games on either Microsoft or PlayStation stores, offered for a couple of quid. In fact, I purchased 4 yesterday, and some of them were, one of them was the older 360 game, and the other ones were puzzlers, all of them offered on the price of $127, like $130 per game. I mean, honestly, it's just half, it's less than what is it? It's half price of a cup of coffee in our local area. So that really is very, very good. Also, if you are on Xbox, there has been a new update to the Microsoft Store, and it was rolled out in August, but we all kind of acquired it a bit later. Not sure what the reason for that was. I was actually complaining because I, as one of the ambassadors, Xbox ambassadors, and inside Xbox active participants, thought we would be given a priority, and that was the intention. However, we got it a bit late. But the new store is very, very good. It actually resembles to a degree the app that Electronic Arts are using for EA Play. It's very similar, with the layout, but a bit more advanced and a bit more voluminous. There's a lot more content in there. Very, very easy to go through the trailers, through all the content, and I have to say it's a real, true joy to use. I really looked at it very, very frequently. Enjoyed watching the trailers in particular. The trailers and some of the screenshots are your best guide in if you're looking at the games that are not particularly well known. And then in addition to this, it's very easy to do your purchasing if you are registered with Microsoft. So it makes it really easy to purchase through their secure server, and you get all the information immediately from everywhere, inclusive of a confirmation email. The game could be installing instantly and very, very fast. So these are really some major benefits. Also, it's very important to be checking out the store on a daily basis. The store does have quite a selection of special offers, and although they change on Tuesday, usually if you are having a look every single day, you'll discover that the algorithms on the console are not always picking up all the special offers. So it's always a good idea to have a quick browser and have a look at all that is on offer. I discovered some really good games. Also, as a rule of thumb, let's say you like a particular game, one of the best ways of discovering some quirky, less-known titles is by looking at the kind of recommended section. So you're looking at the game like, let's say, Bad Neighbors or Destiny, and then you look at what the algorithm is recommending, and you get quite a large selection of anything from maybe 50 to maybe 200 other games. And amongst those titles there will be some true joys, true discoveries, and some proper gems, and I've discovered quite a selection. Agent A was one of them. I really enjoyed playing the game, purchased it for about a couple of pounds, and lots of indie titles that otherwise you would not see anywhere else. So remember to do that. Remember to check your store frequently, at least once a week, but I prefer a very quick check every single day if you are an avid collector, if you want to get to know about new titles, because we get interesting titles and announcements on Xbox channel. I think Xbox channel is probably the best, together with PC World, if you are wanting to be kept abreast on the audiovisual front with trailers and vidocs and all sorts. But you will be able to get a few more titles and bits of information on the store, as not every one of the titles will be receiving that degree of exposure. So that's my way of finding out and keeping abreast. And as you keep looking, you keep remembering the covers, you keep remembering the titles, and your knowledge is therefore then expanding. I also recommend everyone, if you are really interested in the industry, to subscribe to a number of YouTube channels. I have quite a selection on, well, essentially a small selection that I follow on my YouTube channel, and Unlocked is a very, very good one. They have a group of experts always looking at the latest developments, and I really enjoy the discussions. They are usually 50 odd, 60 minute odd sessions for everyone to access, and the discussions are really top notch. They follow the leads and the most important developments, and they really respond in a way which is providing you with a lot of kind of insiders insights, and definitely most highly recommended. So it's Unlocked, right? That's one of the channels that I really like watching. In addition to that, the usual is Push Square, Games Radar, and of course Xbox channel is the one that I check every day. Then we also have a PC World one, and what's the last one as well? Well, PlayStation, of course. PlayStation channel will have some trailers and some announcements, but it is lagging behind significantly in terms of that community content and connectivity with other gamers compared to the Xbox. I think they're really way behind, and that's something that I've really I have concerns about this for quite some time. I've talked about it quite a lot on my channel and elsewhere, but still they're not picking up, whether it's to do with investment or their resources, or I'm not sure what. I find it to be way behind, really. But on the other hand, the sales of PS4 doubled really the sales of Xbox One over the last 5 to 6 years, and we've seen a constant increase of the gamers on PlayStation 4. I think primarily because the services were accessible in most countries, and with all the updates and everything else. The trouble with Microsoft services was that it did have regional restrictions, and I think that will have to be really completely changed with the new generation console if they want to be selling as many as the guys from Sony. Also, there'll be 2 versions of new console on offer, the Model S and Model X. The Model S is going to be very small, very compact, and it will not have a physical drive, but it will be offered on a very low price of £250 in the UK, $250 in the US. The X model, which is going to be a bit more bulky, sizable with the physical drive, will be offered at a price of $450. So quite a big difference, a steep difference of £200, but the quality and the capacity of those consoles are also going to be significantly different. The X model will have everything top notch for the next gen, inclusive of, I think it's 8K access, and then the other one will not have a physical drive. And if you are a newbie to Xbox, you'll purchase it, but if you are having a collection of very many games of discs, you're definitely not going to go for that one. Okay, so the time's come for the activity which we enjoy the best, and that is cracking on with some gameplay here in Destiny 2 Shadowkeep, and hopefully everybody enjoyed our activities during the last couple of weeks. We've thoroughly enjoyed everything and thoroughly engaged with all the quests. My kind of creed is to be completing all the outstanding quests that I presently have, and I'll have to combine some that come together with Shadowkeep with the rest. So that's exactly what we'll do today. So if you're ready, we are going to crack on. So this is see that our friend Nia is saying Destiny grind is the life, and I think lots of people who are not in favor of grindy games will have a problem with Destiny. That is simply the fact. me see, we'll go open our director and we'll go back to the tower first of all. Very quickly, we'll look at the admin, sort it out. I was actually doing it yesterday and we are going to be okay. What we need is a few more bounties compared to what we had yesterday. Completed quite a number. Loot chests on the moon, defeat combatants with bows, nightmare hunts and fusion rifles. We'll have to look at these, I think. So today, Symphony of Death is what we'll do. So we need to be exploring Circle of Bones. Okay, so that is Erismorn believes the Hive's wicked signs can be turned against them. Help investigate the Circle of Bones beneath the moon. So that's what we'll do. And then we'll have a look at Essence of Servitude. Right? Defeat Vex on the moon, defeat combatants with fusion rifles, and recover Ural's your horned wreath in the catacombs to cleanse the essence. So I think we probably will have to equip a fusion rifle, a good one, and then look for the Vex. So we can do this literally, I guess, after we completed the hectic activity in the altars. So we'll start with the altars as usual, and then we'll do this. And then we'll get on with Symphony of Death. So it looks like, you know, a lot to do. But I still have about, what is it, 40 different quests in there to do, so that's quite a great number. The quests here, oh yeah, I really need to remember that. I keep forgetting this. I really need to be targeting this
whatever
quest
these things are, we
first of all, and then just do it, because otherwise I'll forget. I'll forget to use the finisher. See if I need to do any admin. Sorted this out yesterday. Mind you, I still have some items that I want. So that is what we do first. Go to the vault. This thing is loading really slowly. Xbox Game Pass. There's a significant delay compared to what we had there previously when the game wasn't provided through the subscription service, and I think it's to do with the illumination and all the works completed for the next gen, which is already there. Okay, so let's see, what have we got here that we do not need? This is a sniper rifle, automatic rifle, sniper rifle. Okay, we don't really need that many sniper rifles. This one we put in the vault, so that's okay, the rest could stay there. Automatic rifle, just a second, automatic rifle is 10-12, so we don't want. Automatic rifle, probably not. Okay. Do I have a fusion rifle like that? Scout rifle, scout rifle. Was it scout or was it fusion? And I keep forgetting. I think it was fusion rifle. That quest in there. Let's see. Fusion rifle, that's right. So we'll have to get one.
light doesn't grow unless you feed it worthy opponents.
We'll have to get a good fusion rifle from there. Let me see. Submachine, grenade. Pulse rifle, fusion rifle. Okay. This one up. Locks air coil. Probably need to upgrade it because that's not really very powerful. don't have anything else to upgrade it with, so we'll wait for a moment. We'll probably get lots of items as we do our altars.
Let's get started.
Let's get started. Plenty of rewards in there, but looks like 164 reputation points. Engram. Enigma's draw. Smells good. Another one. Last hope energy weapon. All of these we put in there, that's fine. It's always useful to have extra upgrade modules, but you got to be using them sparingly, as enhancement cores are quite hard to get. Important to keep this in mind.
I don't usually follow the ritual.
Just have a and see if there's anybody else that we need to talk to. All of activity is basically on the moon, so fine. We'll go to the moon. It is. And what's this? Oh yeah, that's simple and death. Okay.
Let me know next time you want to watch some Crucibles. I have my favorites.
The sanctuary first. We'll go to sanctuary first in order to get some bounties, and then we'll do the altars, and then we'll do that quest, and then we'll be doing Eris. There's plenty to do. We'll be kept very, very busy. There we are, my friends. Now we are going to have a look at the bounties. I think we'll probably pick up these first. Lectern will have them for us. I think the way it works in Shadowkeep really with Lectern and and Eris combined I find to be really good. Much prefer it. Arc ability. And principally the bounties want you to be using as the best weapons as possible, you know, and then double up on your experience points.
Let us begin.
It's a bit too loud now. Let us begin. Looks like we are full. Okay, no problem. All of that's
Do
done.
not startle me.
Too loud again. That's weird. Don't know why. Let's see very quickly. What is it that we've got there on our sound? It's all 3. Alright, it's not bad. What we need to do is we need to go to the altars. And before we do that, it is important that I have a look at me weapons. Mind you, we'll go there and then have a look at weapons. You know, it's so difficult to fit in all the games if you're a streamer and you have your regular broadcasts and your community. And I've had a break during the summer, so I was able to catch up with lots of these games that are on offer. Games on Xbox Game Pass and PlayStation Now. And there are so many that require a lot of attention. They're lengthy. One game I tried and played this week, and I will continue to do so, is State of Decay 1. A really fantastic game, but it's really tricky as you have to keep all of your survivors alive and kicking, otherwise you experience lots of difficulties. So although you're not replaying certain sections as frequently as in some other games, it's really the concept that I consider to be fairly ingenious. You are getting a linear storytelling gameplay, but then you have only 12 survivors, and if your camp becomes very, very small with just 2 or 3 left, it will affect the way you you know, get the story, and that's terrific, I have to say, and it will always ensure great replayability. And every single time you play a different character, you'll have a different type of experience. Really, really good stuff. So I can see as to why people are really in awe of the game, and I really applaud the developer for providing us with something as wonderful. As I said many times, I'm not generally a great kind of committed fan of zombie horror stroke, basically zombie games. So stroke horror I quite like, but zombie games is something else, and I think State of Decay really excels. Right, so we need to see what weapons we'll be using there. For the altars, the best combination is usually a good automatic weapon, and that will be my Cerberus. We'll put that one on, and then we'll have, let me see, just a second, I need to see whether, okay, that's sidearm, and then I have that kinetic weapon, fusion rifle, sidearm. Okay, so that fusion rifle I'll have to infuse. Okay, that's last hope we get very frequently. So what I can do is I can put this one on, and then excuse me, and then I'll have a look at hit mark IS. Increases handling, increasing range, slightly increases range. Okay, put this one. What's the benefit? Short zoom, greatly increases handling. Okay, so that's probably the best. Liquid coils, increasing impact damage, slow charge time. The impact we want to keep, and okay, so that's all fine. We'll infuse. We'll so that is exactly as we want it to be, and then masterwork upgrade, and I don't have any enhancement course for that. There will need to be even 10. Okay, so we probably don't need to bother, but it's very useful to have these extra orbs, I have to admit. Gains a tracker, crucible, or any opponents. Okay, so maybe we'll just change the appearance a bit. I think I quite like some of these. Yeah, I quite like that. Could have gone maybe for the Crucible as well, but nah, I think we'll stick to the other one. Hold on, I forgot about the other. I didn't even try the Crucible. What's going on? I quite like the Crucible as well, as you could see, but for the moment we'll keep the old. That's going to be that beautiful mauve skin. This one, quite like it, looks a bit like MP5. Alright, so we've got our Cerberus, and then we have our fusion rifle, and then the last one needs to be most definitely the Night Terror. So put this Night Terror on, and I think everything else is fully in order. Okay. And what is that will do? It is the altars. Well, the altars are my favorite activity here, so there we are. Okay, so we put our sword on. You're doing reasonably well. Don't have special ammunition. Okay. Wizards defeated, supercharged. Well, this team's really fast and really good. We are going to be getting there in no time, by the looks of it. Picking up that phantasmal fragment a lot, so that's quite good. Let's go to another altar. Okay. Ah, we all dead, by the looks of it. Oh, the Oyger got me. Well, that's terrible. I got killed as well. Destroy wizards. Thank you. That's a really good team. Everyone's really up to scratch. Where's the relic? Thank you. Go away. Just got my relic. Well, this is troubling because the team's been split. This other Oyger yet again. One more to defeat. Ah. Yeah, I got the last one, so that's tier 4. Tier 5. So easy when you have really when you have a good team on board, makes it so much more enjoyable, and people are so buddy and helping everyone and really top notch. Looks like we are doing everything really fast. Crazy. Supercharged. Five to six. Okay, we're nearly there. So hurry up. One more nightmare left. There he is. That's it. So just the last tier. Let's go back to the main altar there. Okay, maybe we'll try our fusion rifle. We have any ammunition? We'll see. Hopefully we have. Acolyte got me. It's no fun. Ah, that silly ogre. Well, we better hurry up. Oh, go away, I had my super there, quickly. It's only a few seconds left. Oh, we gained some time. Okay. And we failed. We didn't complete it, just hard to kill. The Gate Lord. gone in already. Well, we need to look for these nightmares as quickly as possible. Well, the other guys just bailed as we failed to complete. Okay, let's see. 13 out of 15. Okay. Well, this is not all that much, really. It's just the three of us. I don't understand it. We had such a good team, and it's happened for the second or third time that the whole team would just literally collapse if we did not win the last match, tier 6, on the first round, and quite frankly it doesn't really happen that often. So that should be fusion rifle Vex. Now we need to look for the Vex. Excuse me. Well, the Vex are not here. We need to go to a separate area. So go to Sanctuary. So look at the bounties. One we completed, and that was just probably eliminating enemies using an auto rifle, rapid defeat combatants. Oops, there's more. Seasonal rank progress. Fusion rifle kills. Symphony of Death. Vex defeated on the moon. Okay. So all those will go this way.
Too many of them!
Patrols! Okay, the Vex are not here either. Well, some of them are here. Fusion rifle did the job. Don't need to bother about it anymore.
You have wandered far from one enemy's dreamland.
See, I can change my weapon to a good hand cannon. I think a good hand cannon will serve us really well. Lullaby. Collect loot. Nothing exceptional. Let's see. 6 out of 30. Okay. Not particularly exciting. Not awfully bad. It's just a control. Okay. More helium. Thought that destroyed his shanks with one bullet, but that was just my imagination. There's nothing like that.
Is that it? I can hear it.
Just like our friend said, Destiny is a one long grind. No, I don't want any of these. I'm not interested in them. What I want is the Vex. Didn't seem to register properly. I did kill more than 9, as you've seen. Looter and shooter, hey? simply go back. We needn't talk to Eris.
Eyes up, Guardian. Fallen ether drop coming your way. Make sure to work with it.
See if there is a okay. Probably can go there. Can't hold them any longer, he shouts. Well, actually, okay. Oh, go away. Ah, 2 exploding shanks. Boo. Not sure when I'm getting my kills in there. Maybe a few. Chest. Okay, how many did I get? 10. Ah, was of no use whatsoever. Just a complete waste of time. It's weird really because I thought I did kill some of the other ones, but maybe the harpies are not going to be registering in here. So there you are. No, 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 no. Helium coils collected. Okay. We need to fight some of those enemies. The Vex are the enemy that we need to be destroying. 1/3 completed. So let me see. No, these are not the ones we want. We want to go up here.
Is that it? I can hear it.
Super. The Vex were here early on, so where have we gone? Just looks like recoil this weapon. Just causing us some problems. Got more helium in here. Doing something right. Where am I going? Because these ones did count, so that's good. Looks like milk shots worked well. See, is there any other area where we can go? There's a chest in there, look. To get to it. Is going on? There should have been a chest in here because we eliminated that thingy. What's happened to that helium? I did see some helium and now it's gone. Oh, it's there. Yeah, I missed it. This doesn't seem to work too well. Where is it? 13 out of 30. That's not that many, is it? Oops, I want to change my secondary. I want to put my sniper on. Give us some better results than this fusion rifle. Fusion rifle task has been done and dusted. $10.11. Okay. Picking up an engram.
Greetings, pawn of the Queen.
So that should have been at least 5 or 6 of them. Not really. Well, it's a bit of a cheat actually. Did you not see? There were about 6 or 7 of them. It doesn't really register every single kill. Looks like ammunition's full.
Will you be prepared, or will you be boring?
This is a good sniper. Love it. Ah, they've begun to respawn there, so that's alright. $23. Okay. It's just really insane. Did you not see that? I got the kills on the harpies, and previously they didn't register, so it's a bit of a cheat. It has to be said. Right, get some ammunition in there, which I will need for my sniper. Okay, we got plenty of it. Don't need to worry about it. What we do want is a good position so we can take some pot shots.
Greetings, pawn of the Queen.
Apologies for the delay, I had some messages coming in on Instagram that I was looking at. And all good. Some people are supporting the stream, which is good. Appreciate it. We always have lots of people supporting us on Twitter and Instagram, but I don't really think that lots of people, after they see the postings, come in. I think they just like the posting, and then I've not seen many new community members coming in from
Eyes up, Guardian.
directly
All
from
evil
those
drop
forums, you
coming
know.
your way. Make sure to work with them.
It's really funny because people really stick to their platform. I remember a little while back when people said, well, why isn't anyone who's followed me on Twitter also following me on Facebook? Well, it's a different forum. It's used for different purposes, you know. And I use them for the news and for some of my gaming activities, and it's all good. Now, how many do we have left? Vex defeated on the moon. 7. Okay. It's a bit annoying because at the moment these guys are not respawning in here where we want them to. There. Missed him. This was just for fun, really. No relevance. Mulder will depart from this area and come back.
Greetings, pawn of the queen. Will you be prepared, or will you be bored?
It's really annoying that I can't really find many of the Vex. You know, it's really... Well, we just step away from the completion, so just have to hope that the Vex are gonna pop up in there, you know? Lucia is here. Hello Lucia, how are you doing? Thanks for joining us. And Lucia says, feels so weird to find Vex on the moon. What happened and what are these Vex spaceships over some planets? Well, they brought them in especially for some of the quests, you know, for the bounties and for some of these that I'm doing at the moment. Oops, I missed. That's ridiculous. How could I miss? Did you see this? It just absolutely disappeared. Okay, how many did I get now? 27. Okay. 3 more and then we are wrapping it up here with that quest. So there's another one. Oh no. Lucia says he just disappeared. Well, it does happen. It does happen in Destiny, and I actually killed probably 60 of these, but not every one of the kills registered, and I think very likely to be with some sort of glitch, you know, because they keep disappearing. I did have this before. They kind of respawned in this area, the whole lot of them. In here, I'll show you exactly where. In here. Hang on. They respawned, and then there was like 8 or 9 of them, I think, roughly, and eliminated them all, and just 1 kill registered. So really odd. Wonder whether the chest is still there or not. Okay, just 3 more, and then we can look for that final lot of materials. How is your game going? What is your power level, Lucio? Are you 1080, 1090? Oh, there we are. So watch this. They'll be disappearing, you'll see. One more, I think. Yeah. Harpy was gone. Okay, so now we completed almost, well, 2/3 of the essence of servitude. Now we need to see where the material is. Okay. Recover Iraz Horn wreath in the catacombs to cleanse this essence. Okay. Just a second, it's the other way, I think, isn't it? My friend says you have to do normal kills or precision kills. I didn't hear your question. Yeah, the question was about your power level. How strong is your character, the character that you have, or your characters? Are you 1080, 1060, 1050? How far did you get with the grinds? Because I've seen lots of people with 1080, 1090 in the Crucible.
Listen.
No, it's not precision kills, it's literally eliminating the Vex, you know, all of them. Our friend says my gear is 1052-ish and I'm 163 power rank. It goes very fast for the new light players. Only played it for 3 weeks. Really? So why is it different for me? Well, I guess I'm not playing New Light. I'm playing Shadowkeep, you know. So maybe there's a reason as to why. Well, they did say that the leveling up on the New Light is going to be really rapid because they want to attract as many new gamers as possible, you know. So I'm not sure whether that is something to do with it, because all the bits I'm picking up, all the loot is getting increments of like one power point, 2 power points, and it just does seem to be like a lengthy grind. Doesn't matter, I really quite like it. I think I don't really like when you are leveling up too fast. It's not really my kind of thing. It takes the bite out of it, you know. You really want to be working hard to get to a certain level, and it just feels a bit too easy otherwise. Beautiful, beautiful. What's our friend saying? It goes very fast. Oh yeah. My headset's falling off. Just bear with me. Well, that's my fault because I was tackling my headset together with all the other things. Hang on a minute. Can't see them from here, really. Let me see. Is it possible to go there? Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah, give us a second. This is not sitting on my head properly. Hopefully it's going to be better now, we'll see. He's busy trying to eliminate me. But I have this awesome sniper. I love this sniper, I have to say. Oh, I missed him twice. Well, I didn't miss him, but I didn't hit him bang on, really. You know, they say third time lucky. Our friend says, honestly, I got all of my power ranked by grinding PvP or ASZ and getting blue items over my actual light level. I didn't want to get this grinding fast, it just happened while I was having fun in PvP. Yeah, I think it's possible that for anyone who's doing, you know, the Crucible or Iron Banner quest, they will get better quality weapons, because I guess, I mean, they're trying to beef up on PvP players in Destiny overall, and that may be partly the reason as to why they're reducing some of the content on PvE planets, you know. It's possible, because really PvP today is the most popular form of gaming, and it massively outflanks PvE type of activity. You'll see that with the games like Call of Duty, all of them, and the recent, well, the new one that's going to come out, Cold War, as well as Modern Warfare Warzone, and then PUBG, and then Apex and Hyperspace, and you know, the list just goes on and on and on. It's an infinite list of types of games that people like playing. All of them are PvP, and I think they will probably be looking at the expansion on PvP here, because it's been very solidly pretty much the same from the beginning. You know, it's a death match, it's a tight map, and 6 against 6, 3 against 3. I personally think they will need to expand the focus to have wider maps with more tactical gameplay, so similar to what you had in the original raids, that you get teamed together and you need to really get your strategy. I think that for me would be preferential. I'm not that keen on death matches. Death matches are just pure adrenaline, and you know, I guess for younger people that's fun, but for me it is not really something that provides me with that degree of excitement. I much prefer tactical, stealthy PvP gameplay. So for PUBG and for Warzone, depending on the map, obviously, I find that to be a lot better for my personal preference. And our friend says, of course, grinding fast isn't rewarding. Well, there needs to be a fine balance, between indefinite grinding, which is absolutely maddening, and then the one which is too easy. I think Destiny needs to have halfway, somewhere in between. We've had some people complaining here about the insanity grinds. Captain Jack told me he had to be doing 150 runs on Altars of Sorrow because he was trying to get a particular thing and it didn't seem to work. It was just like a very, very lengthy grind. And 150 runs on one activity is, very grindy for my liking. Where do we need to go from here? We need to go to Catacombs, I think. So this isn't the way. Just give us a second. There is another way from here, if I'm not mistaken. Going to take me out. No, I don't want to go out. I'm going to back in. Our friend says here, with new light players, creating a character is already at 750 light, and every item you get is about 515 light of the actual. Yeah, I saw that when I was doing it initially, and then I think it stopped. It was, I don't know how to put it. Initially it was leveling up very fast to about 950, and then it became grindy. So you get a quick uplift, like a quick elevation right at the start, and then later it was becoming more grindy, which I think is alright. To fall into the hole, come on. Maybe the wrong way. Okay, go down there. Temple of Crota. For me, it became really a lengthy grind at 1050 since many power-ups are from pinnacle rewards. But I've personally been surprised that, all I've done since we restarted our Destiny 2 broadcasting here, I've been surprised with how grindy it appeared to be. I expected it to be like in the new light version, but suddenly it's been different. It doesn't matter really. It's possible that there are activities that are uplifting it fast, but doesn't, I have quite a few quests there that need completion, and therefore I'm alright with these kinds of lengthy activities. Also, it's a bit of fun for our viewers. People like watching a variety. They don't like watching just the same thing, you know. But saying that, the Crucible still appears to be very popular for the gamers and the viewers alike. I guess the excitement is from, you know, the experience where you know that you're eliminating other guys, that somebody is playing this other character and therefore you are superior. It's just like any other competition. So that's significantly different to what you do in PvE. Okay, let's see where we are going to be. What's this? Absolutely not. That sword's gonna sort them all out. Oh, he got away. Where's he gone? Running away from me. Okay. Looks like I missed this engram. Oh, look at that! We have our community veteran popping in and saying hello. How on earth are you, sir? Sniper King is back after many months. What's happening? What's been going on? And our friend Sniper King says, it's been a long while since I've been watching one of your streams, and you missed the Solstice stuff that would have gotten you to 1000. No, I did actually play Solstice, it just wasn't... no, actually I did stream it, but it was a while back. I've got my Solstice armor and everything. I got all of that. And I guess I might have not done the latest Solstice that was run recently, but otherwise I was doing it previously, also with Sekapupu and a few other guys, with Jess, our community members. We had a lot of fun doing it, and I collected my Solstice armor. How are you, sir? How's everything in the US? How are you surviving this dreadful pandemic, coronavirus and everything else? Even the first man has got coronavirus, and the first lady. It's just unbelievable, isn't it? I've heard from some of our friends in the US that they had to discontinue with online services because of the money issues, and they said they were really hit very badly, very hard, with losses of jobs and everything. And they said, well, that's the reason as to why we're not coming in and participating. I'm very, very sorry to hear that, because obviously people have to be thinking of the bare necessities, and truly shocking. And regrettably, this ghastly pandemic just carries on. I mean, I thought that we would find at least some effective measure to contain it, but as you could see, we are failing, and the pandemic is winning. Well, not really winning, but we've not been able to suppress it in the way which could be seen as acceptable. We are facing another major lockdown in the UK. Half the country already is having very, very tough measures introduced, and we also have well, a major increase on the number of new cases. It was like 12,000 yesterday and the day before. Unbelievable. So I'm not sure what is to follow. I'm not overjoyed, really, with all of that. Shocking. But that's the only way. There's nothing else you can do. It's got to be some measure through which we are to be protected. Otherwise, I've played lots of different games. You know, I've been entertaining lots of titles on Xbox Game Pass. They have a terrific library, and the library will get even better as we carry on. On the 10th of November, we'll get Electronic Arts games and, you know, Mass Effect and Dragon Age, Battlefield, you name it. So it's been a very, very good period. And also I have a new setup here with Sony Bravia TV. It's home cinema system, and it's 55-inch, so it's absolutely massive. Bravia is among some of the best TVs, you know, on the planet. And I have massively enhanced my gaming and film viewing experience. It's just really out of this world. So I'm very, very happy with that, enjoying every bit of it, every single minute of a day. And I've been saying, it's been good. I want to rip my hair out. Yeah, some of them I lost my job, but now I work for Amazon, but it's kind of hard to continue to work there. But every day I get an email from work saying there's another COVID-19 case confirmed. It's scary. Well, I had a report the other day from one of the government agencies, and they were talking about the AV industry, and there's like a global watchdog, and they were looking at all that's been happening of late. And they said, if for instance the industry carries on with just 10% of its capacity, 47 million jobs are going to be lost in that industry on the global scale. So, you know, it's just unbelievable to even conceive the idea that that many jobs will be lost. In Britain, the vast majority of people who lost their jobs were those who were on 0-hour contracts, and a lot of youngsters, the people, you know, under the age of 24, 16 to 24. So that's been absolutely dreadful, and also a lot of those younger people do not enjoy the full protection to the state benefits, particularly if they live with their parents or if they have somewhere, you know, else to live. And it's just been really dreadful in the first wave, but on the other hand, I really fear the second wave. I really fear what is to follow, because we are going to go through another major lockdown, and that will absolutely ravage the industry. Give an example. I have you know, the Cineworld, the multiplex chain. They have about 178, 180, roughly 200 cinema multiplexes in Britain, and they announced yesterday out of the blue that they will close until next summer, and everyone who works for Cineworld will be basically losing the job, because you know, our cinemas, those cinemas have got no viability with everyone staying away from theatres and not going to pictures to see films. And it's obvious that people don't want to go in there because of air conditioning and the capacity to catch virus and everything else. It doesn't matter what offers you do. They gave free tickets for IMAX, they provided free popcorn and all sorts. People didn't go. You know, it's like absolutely abysmal attendances. So it's obvious that these multiplexes are very expensive to run, and there's going to be no viability with this sort of programming for quite some time. So they basically said the cinemas are closing indefinitely, or to be precise, we don't really foresee any major opening before late spring next year, early summer. So just like one enterprise, that will mean probably 6,000 to 7,000 jobs lost. They don't employ that many people. You know, they have like a multitasking staff and all this, and it's certainly a very, very scary experience. And I think people who are in certain industries will definitely feel a lot of you know, a lot of pinch. And the biggest problem is that once the government decides not to be furloughing, you know, we get state benefits if we are being furloughed, meaning you can't be working due to the COVID infection in your local area. You can't be going to work, you need to be at home, and that will end at some point. So, you know, it's altogether very, very uncertain times, and I'm not sure what future will bring. And I was, you know, very heartened to hear from our American friends that they simply had to discontinue with any online services, inclusive of their kind of internet subscription and so forth, because of the situation. They needed every single cent for the payment of the bills, and I mean, somewhat easier for people who can work from home to do like online work and all this, but even that can be under serious duress if, for instance, the company runs out of money or there's problems with liquidity. All of our mobile operators and all the staff work from home already for 6 months, and nobody works from the offices. And Bungie staff are also working from home. Nobody works from offices, and I really wonder whether the new expansion Beyond Light is going to be affected by the fact that people are working from home. Whether we are going to be getting all the content, or what the score is going to be. So lots of complaints on social networking forums directed at Bungie and Destiny in view of the last 2 seasons. They said there was nothing else but repetitive gameplay. Well, fair enough, but they worked on Beyond Light and they didn't do anything about the seasons because they're not working from the offices. Do you see what I mean? It was like very difficult for them to operate, and they stated that in some of their vidocs. I watched the presentation, I think it was in June or July, but they discussed what works were completed for Beyond Light, and they said it's the first time that the game director and the game producer met together in about 4 months. It was astonishing, isn't it? And our friend says, Snap King, yeah, it's crazy, but it's going to be worse in the winter because people are going to think they have COVID when it's just cold and vice versa. Well, the biggest difficulty is if somebody was to catch both the usual flu and then coronavirus at the same time, that's where the greatest danger is, because that will definitely reduce the capacity of that person's immune system to tackle the virus. And I'm just hoping for the best, but I've got to be prepared for the worst. That's the trouble. In my local area, which is not that highly populated, we are all right. We are in London suburbs, and we live in an area which is like in a nature reserve. So there isn't any major urban development in here. And although people commute to London, still have a lot of greens and a lot of lakes and forests and rivers and everything else. But on the other side of the county, the contagion is absolutely rife, because from the other side, the western side, everyone works in London and everyone is commuting every single day, and the pandemic is definitely very, very rife in that area, particularly now with the second or third wave, or whatever wave I consider it to be. But in my local area, if we are keeping sort of to themselves and if we just go to parks, it's not too bad, it's manageable. But to tell you the truth, sir, the first 3 months I've been in quarantine for 3 months, so for 97 days I've gone out just at night after 11 o'clock, and I've not seen any daylight or sunshine or anything for 3 months. And that was really like being in a solitary confinement and having it tough, having it really tough. And after 3 months, 97 days, I could see it in my skin. You could really see that I was lacking vitamin D and sunshine and daylight. But there was nothing I could do. I was just, I had to be protecting myself 100%. It was quite an experience, and do not wish it on anyone. Well, we didn't know at the time whether the virus was spreading, through the air, but it was airborne, and we're really kind of concerned that perhaps in supermarkets and any other places where you have people gathering, there was a chance that you just inhale. And fortunately that isn't the case, but one just can't be careful enough. Any time I go out, I've got proper face coverings and kind of fully protected as much as I can be. Our friend says, yeah, where I work is actually a red zone for the virus, so I'd rather work from home. Absolutely. And also I think the way things are at the moment will have an overhaul of the industries overall, because the companies, the corporations and the globalists, they realized that working from home does have certain benefits, which doesn't necessarily have to include somebody cracking a whip over you every single day. It means people can work in their own time, they can be more relaxed, they don't have to be stressed about commuting, the productivity increases, and that may be the new way of working. Like if I want to have an appointment with my GP or with my dentist, I can't go there. I have got to make an appointment to Skype. I need to talk to them through the video conferencing. There's no chance of any form of face-to-face encounter. because it's seen as massively risky for everyone. So I think this is going to be giving us a lot of many changes are to come for certain. The way we work, the way we live and everything else. But we need to wait and see. First of all, we need to get the vaccine, and once we get it, we'll see what sort of effects there will be on the environment and the industries. I certainly think it will bring a lot of change, not just in all areas of life, from the way we live to the way we work, and maybe it will bring changes in the way the social systems and the systems, economic systems work overall. There's a possibility. So we just have to be patient, that's all. Alright, so let me see what I need to do next. I still have about 40 minutes left on the broadcast. I want to complete some of these quests today, some of the tasks. And let me see where I need to go. Come to the world's grave. Okay, that's good. So I take it that you are still enjoying Destiny 2, Sniper King, that all is good. Not many people are playing Destiny 1 anymore. The number of gamers and community participants really has gone down quite considerably, and there are many reasons for that, but primarily there is so much to do in the sequel, and they've taken a somewhat different approach to the activities, and I think certainly during the year 2 this became more popular, and now you have something for everyone. The content is vast and people can do all sorts of things, so I think the game really is very, very impressive indeed. And I've played it probably more than, well, it's 2 games combined, more than any other game in my lifetime. But thanks to my regular broadcast, of course. More helium. Our friend says, I'm only playing it to get triumphs and weapons and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a lot of repetitive content, and I guess there are also some things that perhaps are not of particular significance or interest. But considering how massive the content is, I just find it to be very interesting for co-op, for any form of joint activity. And Destiny does have one of those communities, one of the best, I'd say. Mind you, other people play The Division quite a bit, and PUBG, Hyperspace, not sure whether you tried it, but people are really very, very hot on Hyperspace at the moment. There's always Ghost Recon. I got Ghost Recon for 10 quid, the latest one. That was like really cheap, considering it's a brand new game. Well, it's been... Chamber of Night. Yeah, the new season starts tomorrow, doesn't it? Season of the Lost. And there will be 2 pinnacle weapons given there, so you probably will be doing this. I think I shall entertain some of it. Been there before. Oh, look at them. I love it when this grenade sorts everyone out. That's really cool. Yeah, they respawn because I've gone back. Time flies, does it not? You remember when we had some of the first sessions of Destiny 1 on my channel? It's already 2 years ago. But the last 6 months have gone by... Well, actually, I don't feel that they've gone by so quickly. I was gonna say, time flies, and it's probably because of the virus, the situation we find ourselves in. Just seems like really bizarre. Our friend says, was pushed away from Destiny 2 from the Osiris DLC, but I've been playing more PC games instead of console, which is weird, but it's a way different. Absolutely. I mean, I'm a cross-platform gamer. I played everything on my PC initially, and then migrated to PlayStation once it was invented, and Xbox, you know, so we're talking about the early gaming in the early 90s, and then on my PC, and then having all three, well, 2 consoles in the PC ever since. And PC gaming is a different beast. You're using keyboard and mouse, and the games are, well, some of the games are quite differently made, you know, particularly the strategy games. They have many more options than what you get on consoles. But what I like about consoles is the ease of use. You don't have any major hiccups, you know, everything works. With a PC game, sometimes there could be issues, and I know I've not really played anything on my PC now for quite a while, but it's, you know, there's something for everyone. And as you could see, with cross-platform gaming being favored, and with the industry taking this direction of xCloud access, we are really progressing down the route through which everybody will be able to join the vast majority of PvE games, and Destiny is definitely going to be there. Apex is becoming cross-platform tomorrow, so I don't know whether you played it, but from tomorrow, I think 6 PM UK time, it will be cross-platform access, so anyone on a PC or PlayStation will be able to join forces with their Xbox friends, and vice versa. But they said they will never provide cross-platform save, and I find that to be completely insane, because that's so important. Like in Destiny, we have cross-platform save, so everything I completed on my PlayStation is automatically imported to Xbox and vice versa, and therefore I can always swing from one to another. Respawn said, no, we are never going to do cross-save. This is ridiculous. I mean, absolutely insane. What's the reason for that? Probably because they want to have people buying it on a particular platform and then grinding. That's all I can think of. There must be some sort of financial interest or some financial element in that. A friend says, and now I'm trying to catch up from then. Yeah, it's crazy. I can say at least the last 2 or 3 months have just flown by. And Snapper King says, yeah, it's really nice, but really weird not to have cross-save. Well, it'll be down to the developer. You know, they'll have to decide on what they want to have, and I'm quite certain that having cross-platform access with that cross-platform save is not going to be popular ever. So that's certainly my assumption. But, you know, remains to be seen. I think I've gone up there. Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't really get very far, did I? Chamber of Night. played Apex a lot when it came out, supported really the game. You'll recall that it didn't have any adverts, it was just literally launched out of the blue. Had a lot of fun and loved the game. The game's been massively improved. I think it's much better today to what it was before. Certainly the tech issues have been all resolved. It's all automated now with inventory, and I looked at it when they launched the last season. I'll have a look at it tomorrow as well when they launched it. Don't know what the season is, 6, 7, 8, whatever. Some interesting characters. Killing Joke character is popping up, so that would be fun. Looking forward to that. It looks dead dark. There's no way through that. He was asleep, which is rather unusual. Have you heard from any of our community members, the US-based community members? Like Captain Jack or Matthias, or you know, the chap who was in Texas, would always join us 5 o'clock in the morning. I've not heard from him for a long while. Hope he's well. Hold on. Now it's too close to him now. That's annoying. Sniper King says, no, I've not heard from any of those guys either. Well, a lot of people have been keeping very quiet, you know. It's this dreadful pandemic, unfortunately. This Oyger got me twice. I'm gonna change my weapon. We need something a bit more pertinent than this. So let me see, we'll hit him with my Cerberus. And then I'll probably use my sword on him as well. And I can snipe from here. Well, his head should be hurting quite a bit, don't you think? Giving him quite a few pills. Down to 1%, and I've been out of ammunition. Well, that's not really funny. Let's see what we do with this grenade in there. Got this chest. Picked up some boots. Where are we? Chamber of Night. Okay. And what I need to do is I need to look at my quests. Okay. So we need to investigate Circle of Bones. Okay, we know that. Catacombs to cleanse this essence. I've gone to the wrong area because I want to go to Catacombs. And I want to pick up that Horned Wreath. But I thought I completed this already. Dreambreak I'll get out of it. I thought I completed this already. I'm quite certain that I did. Our friend says, well, you can use that hand cannon and he's going to be stunned if you use it. Well, I've just gone for that simple sword hack and he was gone. Right, can I get to, you'll know this, can I get to catacombs from here? Or do I need to go back to another area? Because I thought I was able to reach them through one of the tunnels, but for whatever reason it looks like I'm running in a, not really in a circle, but didn't get very far. Our friend says you need to go back quite a bit. Would I be better off if I just try to approach it from another place? Because I've got about 25 minutes left and I want to recomplete the quest. Yeah, that's very far, isn't it? It's all underground. Well, never mind, we'll go back. Just tell me, where do I take turning left or right once I get to the other section of Wells Grave? There will be one area. Yeah, that's right. I thought I went down the right corridor, but actually I just missed it. And that is further back, I think. Just to check all the tunnels, that's all. Then we'll find these. You know, it's funny, sometimes when you really need to find a particular entrance, you simply miss it. And I keep ending in the Chamber of Night now quite frequently. And when I had to do it for the first time to complete my quest, I couldn't find it. I kept walking around like in a circle. I think it's quite good they made it a bit harder to find compared to some other games, you know, because you get things on maps. It just does take a bit of time and effort, and then once you really learn where the areas are, once you kind of become a bit more at home with orientation, everything is good. And I find myself to be a bit confused by the way the new moon works, because I'm pretty much used to the old moon. But this one is a bit different, right? Lots of different areas that have been introduced, and then I get lost. But to be fair, I've not really played Shadowkeep for that long. I've done it on PlayStation, and then just you know, completed the campaign. And in here, we've been doing it now. On 22nd of September, 23rd, I think. Off. It's actually tricky with those materials because they're quite well hidden, and I've had a bit of a difficulty with each one of them finding exactly where they were. It's gone. Can't see anything now. Lucy is asking, what is that sniper? Well, this is a very good sniper, and I'm loving it. It looks awesome as well. Show you what it is. It is Apostate. Look at it. Rapid fire frame. You have some perks in here which are quite good. This one is masterworked, and I have targeting adjuster. You know, the mod that you recommended for PvP. I've enabled it here, so it really works well. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Like your proper stealth weapon. And so far I think it's been the best sniper I've used in Destiny 2. I'm really very pleased with it. So you could see the range is good, the impact is good, handling, reloading speed is not, but doesn't really matter. If you're using it stealthily, it really works quite well. Just a second, I thought this was the entrance to the catacombs. No, it isn't. It looks like it, but it isn't. Our friend says, if I had the Xbox version, I'd jump on to help if I could. No, it's no problem at all. It's not really much for bother. It is. I'm actually quite happy with needing to redo certain things because I'm becoming a bit more accustomed to the areas, you know, to know exactly where we need to go, that sort of thing. Then I'll learn it, and then I'll be more familiar with everything. So going back to Temple of Crota, so it must be down here somewhere. Those catacombs are really deadly, you know. I've had one activity on, I think it was Essence of Insanity, and I really, it's like literally a very hairy run. And initially I was trying to eliminate all the enemies and I got killed like a million times. But in fact, the trick is in just simply evading them and legging through all those waves and then finding the way out. So that's what I learned. I remember walking into this area a few times and it gave me no joy. So now we'll go to the entrance that is the exact opposite. Alright, let me just very quickly have a look. Won't be a second. Well, I was trying to do it the hard way, unfortunately, and I thought I had my good sense of bearing and orientation, but I got it all wrong. And we'll do it the proper way now. So we'll go back to Soros Harbor, and then we'll go to Hellmouth and find one of the corridors, because I'd like to complete this if possible. Okay, so we managed to get there. That's fine, so let me just quickly look at the map. Really laggy on Xbox, you know, really taking a long while to load. It's really quite odd. So it's down here. Okay, so we need to go this way.
Where did it go?
Okay. Lost ghost trace. Well, that's very good consumable. That's very good. We'll use it for those bounties. Well, no, they're not bounties. It's the ones you get from Eris. Let us just have a look again. Still, we need to go further up a bit. He is being kept quiet. think this is it. This is Catacombs. No, it isn't. No, this is not the way. I got the wrong way in. Well, I'm afraid, my friends, I will have to be bringing this broadcast to a close. We are working a bit of a tighter timing today, and we'll carry on with our adventure tomorrow. We completed some of the stuff, but didn't complete the quest in full. So let me just quickly go back to the tower. Our friend's asking us whether we collected all of our rewards in the season pass. No, I've gone to about 22, I think 23. That's the current level that I have, and I'm continuing to collect, so it's all good. So let me see, I'll tell you exactly what it is. Yeah, we are on number 22nd so the level 21 seasonal rank, and then progressing to I guess it will need to be, what is it, 23 or so to get that mnemonic engram. Doing it slowly but surely. It's a lengthy grind, as you know, and there's no hurry really. What's good about the games like Destiny is you can do all these tasks at different times, and you know, it's a game with no end compared to linear games which you finish, and that's the beauty of it. It also feels like you're on home, you know, you live in that world and then you simply go back to it and enjoy all the benefits. So that's really always as exciting and as good as possible. Right, we'll quickly wrap up our stream by doing some admin. We'll have a look at what we collected, and then we call it a day for today. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock, so hope to see you all there. Hope you are going to be enjoying your own game as we complete the broadcast and getting ready for Beyond Light. That will come our way on the 10th of November. I certainly look forward to it. Hoping to get some surprises and rewards which were mentioned by the Bungie team. Let's see what these ones are going to be. Right, so very quickly we need to see what we picked up to see whether any of that is of any use. Not really. That's not useful. And then we can simply go back to our friend Master Rahul, do the engram.
Sometime. Your return honors me, Guardian.
One engram. And that is a Steel Sibyl. Should be 1016 by the looks of it. So it's gone to the Postmaster by the looks of it. Okay. Heretic. Everything froze. For whatever reason, everything froze. I do apologize, the game just completely crashed. It froze and that was it. So we were stopped in doing all of our admin. Takes a long while to load, I have to say, and I wonder whether this is to be persisting on the Game Pass, whether this will be happening as we get the new console as well. Lucia says, well, thank you very much for the stream and have a good day. Well, thank you very much for popping in and saying hello, always appreciated. Very grateful to all of our community members for supporting us. It was great to see Sniper King after quite a few months, and Sniper King's been with us almost right from the beginning. We had lots of matches in Destiny 1 in particular, and Sniper King really helped me to get some of the pinnacle weapons in there. So our forum in here is always open to the new and the old alike, to squad up, to talk, to get new partners for the fire teams, and generally to have a lot of fun. So thank you, Lucio, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow as well. I just want to polish off my admin and then we'll call it a day. Back to the tower. Whilst they're waiting, we can just have a look at what weapons we've got. This is of no use, this is of no use. Then we'll have, well, 13, that's a bit better, isn't it? And 11, I'll get rid of that one. And in here we've seen rocket launcher and this one as well. 1010 we don't need. Oh, we got enhancement core, that's very good. These helmets are of no use. Dreambane gloves, that's 1111. Simulator is Future War Cult outfit, remember that, very useful. And then in here we have, okay, we'll put this one in the vault. And then we have 1013, 1011, 1011, 12. Ego Talon. All of these items are not really very powerful, as you could see. Lucio was telling us about his leveling up, but I'm picking up just literally very poor quality items. And you can see how long it takes to load. It's like several minutes before we landed. Really surprising. It's much delayed and slowed down compared to the previous versions. But it must be to do with the volume of the game, I can't think of anything else. You can see that my ship has this coat of armor that used to belong to Talon, and Talon is the fallen guardian, and we collect his story as we do various tasks on the moon. So remember that, if you like Talon, if you like Shadowkeep, you should really enable this particular coat of arms to be painted on your ship. I've been using it now for quite some time. So the last thing we'll do is we'll just pick up that sword and then we'll call it a night. Savage Potato. Well, that's a good nickname. Savage Potato. There, 1016. We'll go to our inventory and then we'll put that 1016 on, so we are up 1019. We'll do the perks and everything tomorrow, I think. Mind you, we can quickly have a look at this. Hungry Edge Blade, increased sword damage, increased damage. Enduring Guard, maximized. No, that's fine. Put some more on it. Nope, don't want to use that. Enhancement core. Minor specs and boss specs. We'll put that. Can look at the appearance of the sword. probably Vanguard Metallic. Not really. The other one I liked better. Crucible Legacy shader. Yeah, looks good. I'm happy with that. Do it again, have a look at it for a second. Yeah, I like it. I think it looks cool. Looks like a really mighty, deadly steel Sybil Z14 sword. Right, so that's all sorted out. Admin's finished. Our broadcast is coming to its end for today. Hope you guys enjoyed what you've seen, and there's been a bit of exploratory activity on the moon combined with some fierce firefights in the altars. Altogether very, very good. Tomorrow we'll polish off the quest. Well, we finished 2/3 today, so that's alright, but we couldn't find those materials unfortunately, and we'll carry on with our quest tomorrow. So thank you for watching, thank you for being here today. I wish you all a very, very good night.